All right, say we want to add some audio to this video. We just have a nice plain video. We're just showing off a couple things we could do with kicks. And we want to put some music and we want to put voiceover. So what I did is I went into Adobe and I went ahead and recorded a little bit of a voiceover here. And so I saved that in my personal folder. And I will it might not let me. Let's see. Yep, you can drag it on over here. So now we have a voiceover and we want some music to go underneath that voiceover. So as of right now, here's how it sounds. As you can see, that's not going to work. Music's way too loud. The audio is way too quiet. So there are ways to adjust the volume output on here. So we'll drag it back and just play with some volumes here. If you wanted to change the volume on an audio track, you just select the actual audio that you want. And then over here, you can play with your volume. We can turn it up. Still a little too quiet. So what we want is we want to turn the music itself down. And you can see it's visually down there changing the size of it. Let's bring the music down. Kicks 103.3 is glad to have you along. So we want to position this. We can slide it over. Do a little cut here with a little razor blade. It cuts the audio where you want it to be. And we'll go back to the arrow. And then we'll just trim that up. And trim this one up. So let's mute this so we don't have the music running over us. Kicks 103.3 is glad to have you along. Come joining us on location with Cooter the Prize Cow, as well as Wild Bill, our afternoon DJ. We'll cut this so that that audio lines up with whenever I'm talking about Bill. Kicks 103.3 is glad to have you along. Come joining us on location with Cooter the Prize Cow. So you may hear that shuddering there. If you notice that it's taking too long, what you can do is you can highlight everything. You got everything dragged and highlighted. If it's shuddering like that, what you want to do is you select everything here, and then you right click. You go to Render Cache Fusion Output On. I have it clicked on. And then go up to Playback. And then go to this Render Cache. You can do Smart or you can do User. You can do User as well. And then what it'll do is when you play it back, it'll have these little bars. And it'll start red. Kicks 103.3 is... They'll be red at the beginning. And when they turn blue, it means they're starting to render. Basically, it just means like you've put too many effects onto it where it can't quite follow it with the playback. Now, if you don't do this, you just export the file. It'll still work. It's just for playback for while you're editing so you can see what it looks like. You want to render the effects so that you could see how smoothly it's playing. So let's play this from the beginning. I did all this already. It's already turned blue, so that means it's good to go. Sometimes you just got to let it sit for a while. Let it play through so it creates all the little bars that you need. And so we'll play it through. I'll unmute the music and we'll see how it sounds. Kicks 103.3 is glad to have you along. Come joining us on location with Cooter the Prize Cow. See, it's buffering again, so what we'll do is we'll just do this. And I will even shorten this track up here. Highlight all of our tracks again. Like I said, we render, it's on. Playback. Kicks 103.3 is glad to have you along. See, it's a little smoother there, but you kind of just have to let it wait a little bit and let the computer kind of catch up to the video. But eventually it'll get it where it'll play pretty smoothly. Smooth enough that you understand what it's doing. You can also go up here and go to the timeline proxy resolution. This chooses how strong the resolution you want it. You can do full resolution, half, or quarter. Quarter's pretty good example. Kicks 103.3 is glad to have you along. Kicks 103.3 is glad to have you along. See, the longer we wait, the smoother it gets. Come joining us on location with Cooter the Prize. So yeah, we've got that here. So let's tighten this up. Let's make it a little smoother. Bring it in here. Zoom in a little bit so that we can drag Bill over. We'll drag our audio over. We'll drag this over. And we'll shorten this. And then for an audio dissolve, we'll just go over here into audio transitions, click crossfade, you drag that there, you paste it there, and you can drag that out and make everything a little smoother. Kicks 103.3 is glad to have you along. Come joining us on location with Cooter the Prize, as well as Wild Bill, our afternoon DJ. Come check us out anywhere that you see Kicks play. And because I moved everything, you would have to re-render it all to get it to play a little bit smoother, but you kind of get the gist of what it should look like there. Something happened there with audio. I think I must have accidentally cut a piece of it. But other than that, yeah, that's kind of the basic outline of how you get a video to look.